Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Attempt to get Donald Trump is in full swing. Washington is not happy. So therefore, it looks like the conspiracy theories is out that they out to get him because they can't keep him out with the voters. Sit back, check this out. It was identified that it was Thomas Matthew Crooks, allegedly, who was the shooter who passed away, against Donald Trump over the weekend. So sit back, pay attention, enjoy the ride. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you not subscribe, hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Let's get this thing going, and don't forget to copy Roy and Harlem on the screen. All right.
Keep it going, 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 keep it going. Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio. I like the way it's going down.
All right, this is real big what's going on. Y'all need to really pay attention because y'all are caught up so much in this social media entertainment, rapper beef, rapper gossip. Stop it, man. You see what's behind me? This is the biggest election of your life getting ready to come up. Everything depends on this. Y'all might not like the things that come out Donald Trump's mouth or the way he say it, but you ask yourself, how have your life been for the last 4 years? Well, we're going to start off talking about Thomas Matthew Crooks, who's Trump's shooting suspect. What we know so far, the FBI has named the man who shot at former President Donald Trump, right, during the campaign rally as Thomas Matthew Crooks from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Crooks is alleged to have opened fire while the former U.S. president was addressing a crowd in Butler, Pennsylvania, leaving one audience member dead and 2 others badly hurt. Now, let's talk about Crooks' background. You see this young man behind us? He's a baby, Just like when I sit there and I look at the gang wars, those are babies, They have ops. Thomas Crooks considered Donald Trump an op. So he rolled on what he considered as his op. Now, Bethel Park, a suburb south of Pittsburgh, is about an hour by car away from where the rally was held in Butler. Crooks reportedly graduated from Bethel Park High School in 2022. As you see, he's a baby. He's just getting out of high school. This would have been the first time he's allowed to vote, and was a recipient of an honor award according to an article published in the Pittsburgh Tribune Review. He received a $500 National Math and Science Initiative Star Award. The local publication reported alongside several other students. This dude here is just a typical American citizen. And this is where the mentality of the citizenship is going when you're here. When you hear, they just care about Drake, Rick Ross, Diddy, Young M.A.'s, you know what I mean? And how do that put money in your pocket unless you're a YouTuber? So that's what the YouTubers gives you. But I'm trying to wake you up so that you pay attention to the politics, because the politics is what govern how we live our lives in America. Now, an online recording of the 2022 graduation ceremony shows a young man who appears to be Crooks smiling behind glasses as he receives his diploma. A young kid smiling behind glasses, just got his diploma 2 years ago, and here he is now. He's dead for jumping out there at what he considered as his ops. I'm just keeping it like it is. He considered them his ops, and this is how he slid on his ops. He slid on the roof, crawled on his belly with an AK, and went to put in work. Now, pay attention to this piece of information I'm about to drop, right? Campaign finance data shows a $15 donation made by the individual matching Crooks' name to Act Blue and marked for the Progressive Turnout Project, which is a political action committee that aims to mobilize Democratic voters. So we know that he was supporting the Democrats. Not saying anything, just reporting the news. That donation was made on January 20th, 2021, before he even graduated, right? The day Biden was inaugurated and 2 weeks after the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. So he showed his support to the Democrats about what went on. Now, Crooks would have been 17 at the time he made this donation. Here it is, a 17-year-old young man is already heavily involved in politics when our 17-year-old children is sliding on each other. I'm reaching out to the elders to talk to the youth to stop it. To stop it. And I'm asking other podcasters to cover this election coming up, to wake up our people, because it seems like our people is all here on YouTube, and all they're getting on YouTube is what happened with Drake and Rick Ross in Canada, Young M.A.'s, Kendrick Lamar, Soulja Boy. This is all y'all are talking about. And don't even know what's going on. Do you know? Let's ride. Do you know that they dismissed the case? Her name is Judge Cannon out in Florida, a Trump appointee, where Trump put her in the judge's seat. She dismissed the superseding indictment on Donald Trump based on a motion to dismiss the superseding indictment for the appointment, the way they went about appointing the prosecutors to handle the case and the money they took to use to research the case. And they dismissed it for that. And everybody sit there and say, they said the Alec Baldwin thing didn't have nothing to do with, Young Thug. Yes, it do. He's fighting the justice system. When these people, yes, I said these people, when they file motions, they're viewed way different than we are. Somebody even put in the comments, oh, but he had a RICO charge. No, he still violated the Constitution and violated one of the statutes of the United States, so they all intertwine because they all protected by the same rules of the Constitution and the elements of the statute to make up a crime to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, Crooks would have been 17, like I said, when he made this donation. Here it is, a 17-year-old European making a donation towards, a party that he chose in Washington, D.C. And you ask any one of these 17-year-olds that you know, what's going on in Washington? Ask them who's the senator. And you pick a state, and I bet they don't know. You pick the state they live in, and I bet they don't know. But Pennsylvania voter registration records list an individual matching Crooks' age, name, and municipality as a registered Republican in the Allegheny County in Pennsylvania, right? Just so that you understand what's going on. The upcoming November election would be the first presidential election in which Crooks would be able to vote. Look at this young man ready to vote and gave his life up for his political cause. Not agreeing with none of that. Let's get that straight so that these rat bastards don't jump out there. Not agreeing with none of that. Let's get it straight. But just to show you where they're at and where we at. Everybody want to know what's going on with the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. This kid is worrying about who's going to be the president of his country and what he's going to do when he went in, and he took matters in his own hands, which he should not have done, but he done. Now, the aftermath. KDKA, a Pittsburgh CBS affiliate station, reported that law enforcement swarmed Crooks' home on Milford Drive in Bethel Park and shot down the road leading to the house on Sunday. A neighbor told the outlet she and others in the area were evacuated from their homes. That's because they thought there was explosives in the home. They said they found explosives in this young man's car. You know, now Crooks' father, Matthew Crooks, told CNN he's still trying to understand what the hell is going on and would wait until he talked to a law enforcement to find out, what went on with his son. Now, Trump's statement. Check out Trump's statement, right? We're going to get to Trump's statement right now. Trump said in the Truth Social post Saturday that he was shot with a bullet that pierced his right ear, causing much bleeding. That was Trump's statement. He went out like a straight gangster. Now, Trump is going through all these legal battles, and now he's going through assassination attempts, and he's fighting for what he feels is his rights and the direction this country should go in. You ask yourselves, the viewers that's watching this, what do you care? And that's the same thing Donald Trump said when he was running for election, last time. He said to the black people, what do you have to lose? In other words, your life been that way for 100 years. And following under the party you following under, what do you got to lose voting for him? Now, let's fast forward to the rally. In a statement, the FBI said Crooks was the subject involved in the assassination attempt on the former president and that an active investigation was underway, which we already know. The suspected shooter used an AR-15, not an AK as I said earlier, because the rat bastards is going to be ready to roll. The suspected shooter used an AR-15 style semi-automatic rifle to carry out the attack. A U.S. official and other person familiar with the investigation said, speaking on the condition of anonymity, being quiet, don't want their name said, to discuss the early stages of the investigation. What investigation? You caught him on the roof, you shot him. He's dead. You caught him with the rifle. The bullets, you're going to find out if they match the ballistics, you find that out in the investigation. But, this is the talk they do, just to try and make it even more complicated. Crooks' firearm had been purchased by his father, and explosive devices were found in the car he was driving. Because they went and searched the car he was driving, they found explosive devices. According to people familiar with the investigation, law enforcement are trying to determine a motive and how this could have happened at what should have been a highly secure event. Now, they got this joint, and they got Secret Service there, they got the former president, they got all the security, they go there, they map out the location, they put everything everywhere. Why was a 20-year-old child, a young man, allowed to walk through that compound with an AR-15, get up on the roof, crawl on his belly, and they said that the people that was at the rally, they seen him crawling army style on his belly and was yelling to tell the police there's someone up there, he got a gun, and they all ignored it. So that opened the door for the conspiracy theories that, it's the government that want Trump out because they can't stop him. They're trying to say now, that's what they're saying. They're saying allegedly that the Republicans and the Democrats don't want Trump in office because he don't expose them and he don't stand for what they stand for. He's pushing his own Trumpian agenda. Y'all watching this, ask yourselves, do you know what the Republican agenda is? Or do you know what the Democratic agenda is? And I bet you 9 times out of 10, it's no. That's the point. But then you ask, where was Rick Ross at when he got jumped? And they'll tell you Canada. They ask you who jumped him. Then they'll tell you, the Hells Angels, which still came out and let it be known that Drake need to stop using their name, in this because they're putting in unnecessary heat to them. And we know the Hells Angels been around holding it down for decades. And now here go Drake pulling their name in it. But this is what go on. Our people take all of this for a joke. How could you throw a powerful organization like the Hells Angels into a rap beef and think that they're not going to be offended? Drake, be real careful. You know what I mean? Not wishing nothing on you, but you don't know if it might be something on your head other than what you speculating may be coming from Rick Ross or Kendrick Lamar. Because now you're pulling other people in your beef, your entertainment beef, because you're not busting a grape. We know you're not busting a grape, and we're not disrespecting you for not busting a grape. We just letting you know to stay in your lane. You're an entertainer. You're not a fighter. You started out as a child actor. You're not cut like that, Drake. Talk to the people and let them know that this is just entertainment before someone who is supporting you that might be wearing a Mecca audio jacket do something, and then now they're coming to investigate Mecca audio because the person that jumped on what you created as ops, and now they're coming to look for me. That's the same way the Hells Angels is feeling, big bro. Stop it, man. You're an entertainer. Just be an entertainer. There's nothing wrong with that. We love your music. I brought your music in the feds for $1.20 a pop. So we're not even going to get into that. $1.20 a pop I paid for your music. That's how much I love your music. You're a great entertainer. You're a great rapper. Whether you're buying the rappers, getting the ghost writers, whatever you're doing your thing. And I'm proud of you. But I'm disappointed in this rap beef that you haven't let people know that it's really an entertainment beef. Entertainment beef is what this is. So let's stop it. You know? So now, according to people familiar with the investigation, law enforcement are trying to determine a motive and how this could have happened, at what should have been done, right, at this highly secure event. Couldn't have been so highly secure if a 17-year-old kid got a chance to get up on the roof with an AR-15 and Army walked across the stage. The gunman was immediately neutralized, as they call it, right, by the Secret Service Chief of Communications, Anthony Guglielmi, right, said. The 20-year-old was shot dead at the scene by a Secret Service sniper, officials said. How these snipers didn't catch him before it, but we're going to ride and talk about that. Can you believe that there was an post on social media where the Secret Service that allegedly did the kill, the neutralization, of Matthew Crooks, right? The young kid, right? Said that he had him in his sight and he could have taken him out before he fired the shot. But he said, what they say is that the protocol is they have to wait until the attempt assassin at least fires a shot. So in other words, you give him one shot to try and hit his target instead of seeing a man with an AR-15 crawling on his belly. You got him in your sight, but you can't bust your gun because you got to let him get one chance to see if he can hit his target before you could fire yours. They said that this Secret Service agent, the one that, neutralized them, that bodied them, was on the radio telling them, I got a clean shot. I could take him out. I got a clean shot. And they told him, no, stand down. Follow protocol. Let him get his one shot off. That put a lot of speculation for the alleged conspiracy theorists to say that they wanted him taken out. But that's the protocol, that, as they say that's the protocol to wait until the shot is fired. But all of that put it in there because we know this is a 20-year-old kid, and they interviewed his friends, his classmates. His classmates said he was a loner, and that was the main thing. He said he was a loner. He said he got picked on. He got bullied, So he rolled on what he felt was his ops, his biggest ops. I guess he figured that the president allegedly didn't protect them, so that's what it is. These spam calls is ridiculous. But anyway, So that's where we at with that, right? The 20-year-old was shot dead at the scene by a Secret Service sniper, officials said. One rally attendee and Crooks, one rally attendee and Crooks were killed, and two others were critically injured. The U.S. Secret Service said in a statement, the bottom line is they don't even know what Crooks' motives is. But my bottom line to you, what I get from this is, y'all need to wake up and follow what's going on, because these people is bearing arms and they turned it up and they chose their ops. While the hoods is choosing each other as their ops. When it shouldn't be any ops at all. Let's say that. But now, they're saying that, like, both Republicans and Democrats wanted Donald Trump taken out because they feel like they can't stop him at the ballot box. Could you imagine? Y'all just picture this. With all, because remember when Donald Trump got shot, he jumped up and pumped his fist and said, fight. You know what I mean? To let him know that he's fighting for y'all. We're fighting. He's showing you what time it is. Because this is a fight for the White House. But they know what the purpose and meaning and direction of their fight is. And that's what we have to choose. What is the meaning and purpose and direction of these gang and rap wars where we're losing lives? Is. Somebody tell me in the comments. Make sure you hit the notification bell if you're already subscribed so you'll get notified when the videos drop. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell while you're there, and cop the book of Raw in Harlem. But this is really getting to me because I don't understand how our people is so engulfed in rap beef and not paying attention to the politics that put the beef on your table. Is these rap beefs putting anything on your table for you viewers? Just a question. You have to know where to direct your energy at. That's all I'm going to say about that. Been on here long enough. I just wanted to touch it. But remember, they just dismissed the Palm Beach case, Palm Springs case, that Florida case at Mar-a-Lago for the documents. They dismissed it. Case closed. Donald Trump is going straight towards the White House. They know or they feel they can't stop him. So they say that they're laxing security, allegedly, to allow 20-year-old kids to take a shot at him. And the kid is no longer with us, so he can't give us any statements for the motive. And even his best friend went on YouTube and national TV saying that the kid was a loner. So you telling me a kid crawled on the roof with an AR-15 by himself at a presidential rally with all this Secret Service and nobody saw him? And then when the attendees seen him on the roof and was pointing him out to the police, nothing happened. Then when the police had him in their sight and could have bombed him, they told him, stand down. Give him one try. Excuse me, I mean, he has to fire one shot. But that's equivalent to give him one try. If y'all don't understand how serious the words are that's coming out of my mouth, I don't care if I get 100 views on this video, because I know at least one person is going to catch on and hopefully they go to the ballot box, because that's the only way you're going to win is the ballot box. And it's alleged that Washington is trying to stop Donald Trump from even going to the ballot box because they feel that they're going to lose because Joe Biden refused to step down, and I feel it's too late. You know what I mean? For him to do that now. And something else that I'm going to speak on later. I'm going to do a little politics with y'all, right? I know these ain't going to get a lot of views, but I got to wake y'all up because this channel is a gangster channel trying to, enlighten our people. Donald Trump selected as his Republican, nominee for his running mate to be the vice president when he get in office, J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance was anti-Trump, couldn't stand Trump, didn't want to have nothing to do with Trump, didn't even want to hear Trump's name. He hated Trump. And yet Donald Trump just selected him as his running mate. I want y'all to pay attention that what's going on in Washington is showing you that it's strictly business. You could be my enemy one day, but if you follow my agenda, you could roll with me. And that's what he's showing by picking J.D. Vance. I'm going to do a whole video introducing you to who J.D. Vance is and, what his stance is. But like I said, he was Trump's biggest op at one time. He was his biggest op at one time, and now they're uniting as one. Let me give you a story before we go. I'm going to take you on a ride. We're going to take you on a ride before I go. Me and my homie could not be speaking, could be at odds with each other. I'm pissed at him, he pissed at me. He get into something, and I hear he got into something, or he called me and told me he got into something. I'm going to put aside whatever the beef is that we're having. Whatever the beef is that we're having, I'm going to put aside. And when I put that beef aside, I'm going to roll with him for the cause. Handle the business that has threatened his life or his well-being. Once we neutralize that situation, then we go back to not speaking, but I saved his life, and I feel he'll do vice versa for me. And it's not about what he'll do for me. It's about what I feel in my heart, because you have to always know one thing, man. Just because you are loyal to someone or you love someone don't mean they're going to be loyal to you or love you back. But that don't mean you can't work with them. And Donald Trump is showing you that by picking J.D. Vance, because he's a businessman, and this is business. So don't worry about the harsh, aggressive, words that are coming out of Donald Trump's mouth. Watch his actions and what he's doing for you and what he could put on your food table. And watch the same thing with Joe Biden or anyone else that's running for president or for office that you have to vote for. You have to see, don't worry about how they bring you the message. Just worry about what you're getting from the message, what you're gaining from the message. If this make any sense to you. I've been on here long enough. Let me tap out. I got things to do. Remember, if you already subscribed, please hit the notification bell. If you not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification bell and cop the book A Roar in Harlem at aroarinharlem.com. The same name as the book, A Roar in Harlem, on Google or Bing.com. Let's get it popping. All right?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in Uptown. Baby horn Uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can